For some reason, the words bounce back are always closely related to the topic of a postpartum journey. Now, not for one specific reason, I don't think, but if you were to brainstorm all the words related to a postpartum journey, like just have a piece of paper out and have you just write down all the words, eventually the phrase bouncing back would be written down. I fully believe that for almost like every mom out there. And I want to talk about that today because maybe you expect your fit body to feel like itself pretty quick, or maybe you're the kind of mom who never felt like herself again, and seeing moms who do bounce back or talk about it is triggering for you. No matter what camp you're in, keep listening because this episode is for all moms. We all need to hear this. Hey mama, welcome to the Tough Love Mom Podcast. I know you're here because you're ready to get consistent and finally lose that weight, and you're not afraid of a little tough love. You know what to do to lose weight, but following through on those things feels impossible. You wish you could just feel like your strong, confident self again and want to be a good example for your little ones, but you get thrown off by mom guilt and the unpredictability of motherhood. It's frustrating. Taking on your journey postpartum is hard, but it's not impossible. Hey, I'm Liz, and I've been where you are. I gained a lot of weight in my pregnancies, 90 pounds and then 60 pounds. I needed to lose that weight to take control of my health and honestly just wanted to feel like myself again. With a sustainable approach to weight loss, simple consistency, and working on my mindset, I lost it all in just over a year both times, and I'm here to help you do the same. I believe that we have an ingrained ability to figure out what we need to do, make it happen, and do it in a way that awes the world. If you're ready to stop falling off the wagon, create solid routine and healthy habits, and finally feel your best inside and out, all while enjoying dino nuggets on your salad, you are in the right place. We're about to transform your journey, my friend. Get pumped up. It is tough love time. All right, bouncing back, a contentious word pairing in the mom community. So I'm going to kick off with something that will keep us grounded throughout this episode, the definition. Bouncing back, to return quickly to a normal condition after a difficult situation or event. So in the context of motherhood, for your body to return quickly to a normal condition after pregnancy and birth. So why should you not strive for this? First off, you don't know how your body will change in pregnancy, and you don't know what motherhood will throw at you, especially if you're a first-time mom, but even with subsequent children. Like my first postpartum was very different from my second. There were different things I faced, and you just don't know what those will be. You know, striving to bounce back will put expectations on yourself that might not be realistic, and it's as simple as that. You're putting yourself in this place to be disappointed, to be frustrated, when you can avoid all that by just kind of going in with an open mind, going into postpartum, going into motherhood with this open mind. Expectations that may or may not become accurate hold the possibility to cause major frustration, and it's not worth it. Now, on the flip side of the coin, just because it's not ideal to strive for this, not to strive to bounce back, doesn't make bouncing back a bad thing. And this is where I want to challenge a lot of you and encourage you to not be offended by the term. Why? Why am I saying this right now? Because I think that can create this slippery slope, like this offense. Offense in general, I think is something we should avoid. I think we should have an open mind, a loving heart around a lot of things and people in general. And I think when we take offense to things, we're automatically in our own minds labeling people or things that they do or have experienced as this bad thing when it's just their experience. Again, I said it can create the slippery slopes where we as moms can easily label something as bad just because it's not our experience. There are a lot of reasons moms might look a certain way within a certain amount of time postpartum. They might be built smaller. They might have had a tough pregnancy and had trouble gaining weight because they were so sick. Some moms might be a young first-time mom versus having multiple pregnancies and being in your 30s. Quickly is also subjective. And this is what frustrates me the most is we're like, oh, she bounced back. Or, oh, like, you know, you can have this judgmental view around it, but it's subjective. What even is the window of time for bouncing back? Is it 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, 9 months, 1 year? Like, what is it? Is it the angle she's taking the picture at? Is it what you haven't seen behind the curtains that she's going through, that maybe she has a different motherhood struggle that you're not struggling with at all, but you struggled physically with your body rebounding from pregnancy and she didn't. We all have our different things. And when we put this label on something and we see it as bad or we take it as offensive, what we're doing is creating division within the mom community in our own hearts, not outwardly, but just in our own hearts and in our own minds. And that's just not healthy. And I know there are absolutely situations where people bounce back and it is unhealthy, or it's creating this image in other moms' minds that that's something we should expect. It should be realistic, and it's not for you, so it's frustrating. And it absolutely, there are situations where it's not the right thing. But we can't just assume that for every mom we see who's 3 months postpartum and in our eyes looks amazing. We can't assume things. You know the phrase about assuming, right? I'm not going to say it here, but you know what it is. And final note, just because a mom bounces back doesn't mean she's not struggling in other areas. Like I said earlier, I want to challenge you to switch, because like I said, bouncing back is like this divisive, contentious term in the mom community. So I want to challenge you to see it more as the word rebound. When you start to think thoughts of, oh, she's bouncing back, or I want to bounce back, and you're striving for it maybe, I want you to think more about the word rebound, which is defined as an upward leap or movement or recovery. Okay, I'm going to give you a metaphor here because I think this will make it make more sense. Because bouncing back and rebounding are different. And I did say rebound a few minutes ago in this episode for a reason, because it's been on my mind. Rebounding is a different way to see this. I want you to think of a ball, any type of ball, I don't care. Bounce it off of your hardwood floors. The potential for rebound in that situation is fast, right? And it's probably going to bounce a good height. If you bounce a ball on a hardwood floor in your house, the rebound will be fast. It will bounce up high. Now, take it to your carpet. There's maybe a little padding under there. The ball will hit the carpet and it will bounce back up, but it will probably take a few extra milliseconds to rebound. And it won't go as high. Remember, the definition of rebound is an upward leap or movement or recovery. That recovery is when it like squishes into the floor and goes back up in an upward movement, right? So it's going to take a little bit longer if it's on the surface of a carpeted floor. Now take that said ball to a pillow. It's going to bounce even less height, right? It's going to rebound even lesser of a height, and it's going to take a lot longer to come back off of that. The features of the surface that the ball is being bounced on determines its rebound, both how long it takes to rebound and the height at which it rebounds. The features and the facts and the realities of your life will determine your rebound. So next time you hear or see or say that word, or even have a thought of bouncing back, whether it's aspirational, like you want to do it, or you find yourself feeling offended, whatever it is, I want you to remember this metaphor. Your surface levels are different. The surface that you are the ball, your life is the surface. Oh gosh, that was so corny. But really, you're the ball, your life is the surface. You might have a pillow. Someone else might have a hardwood floor. And you just need to recognize that. It's just a fact. It's just reality. You don't got to we don't have to get all up in our heads about this. Everyone's life is different. We need to recognize that and honor it and honor your own and just do it, right? Your journey as a mom is not one size fits all. There are 1,000 many factors that make yours unique to every other mom around you. So maybe this is a call to not just check your thought life, but also to drop the comparison, right? We can do that. You're capable of doing that. It's all in your mindset. It's all in how you think. It's all in your thought life, taking thoughts captive, turning them the right way, grounding yourself in reality, recognizing the surface level that you're bouncing off of, the surface level that you're using to rebound, and focusing on that, okay? Blinders on. Be realistic. Take it one habit at a time and get after it. That's all you got to do. Love you, mama. Talk to you next time. Before you go, thank you for spending this time with me on the Tough Love Mom podcast. If this episode encouraged you in any way, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a review letting me know how the show has impacted you. Then send this episode to another mom friend, or take a screenshot, post it on social media, and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me on this journey to impact thousands of moms. I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you, sister. Until next time, get after it.